It's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for this video, making yourself a priority. I'm Denise. It is Monday, and Monday is weigh-in and weekly meeting topic for the week. Now, I almost didn't go to my weigh-in last week because I was just busy. I'm just busy. I got so much going on. And if you saw my video on Thursday, and it's nothing new. I just also felt like I kind of overshared a bit, and I didn't mean for it to get kind of taken out of context. I've been dealing with this for 2 years. It's not anything new. And apparently it's very common with people with sleep apnea that I have this bradycardia. And I have good days and I have bad days, and I think I was just trying to explain because I get in comments saying, oh, you seem a little bit down, you seem a little bit sad, or you seem a little bit, or you seem a little bit erratic. I get all kinds of interesting comments. I just wanted to address that, and I felt like I felt like I overshared. And I'm an oversharer here. It's not my thing. If you know that about me. So I do apologize. I don't want to use the word apologize, but I don't apologize for just worrying people unnecessarily, and that was not what it was about. It was totally not about that. It's, I'm getting things taken care of, so we will, let's move on to our weigh-in. I almost didn't get weighed in. I think I started to say that, but I did run in just to get weighed. I didn't stay for the meeting because I'm not going to be able to make it on this week, so I thought I need to get in there. I don't want to be how many weeks without being weighed in. Just mentally for me, because I'm not getting weighed in here because we've established that I'm sticking with one scale. So I thought that's one extra week I don't get weighed in studio. For me, it always works like, well, you can just have a little extra leeway because you're not going to get weighed in for 3 weeks, or it sort of feel like 3 weeks. So it's something, no, you're going to get. So I did. I ran it. I got weighed, and I was shocked. I was, because it was a holiday week. I had a lot of gluten over the weekend. Just the weekend, though, actually. It actually wasn't a whole lot. What am I saying? I had one hamburger bun, and I had some dessert. Because it's holiday. And, oh my gosh. And I took Timmy to a place called Crave Cookies. I shouldn't be allowed in Crave Cookies because that's like crack. Oh my God. They come out warm, and they're just these. I didn't even want to show them. I thought, no, I can't do this and I will be proud that I did not eat a whole cookie. I had a piece of each one. Of course, because Timmy had to try 4. Oh my gosh, though. Oh my gosh. If you love cookies, but yes, I'm so glad it's not close enough that I would go there a lot. But so I was kind of like, and the week, other than that, and other than the few gluten items I had, the week was decent. Was good, actually. So I didn't know what to expect on the scale, and I did a rambling on Friday, and I kind of said, I just didn't feel, I didn't feel, it says you feel it, like when you feel it, and I kind of was in between a little bit I don't know, so I kind of didn't know how I was going to do. So with all that being said, and that was 3 minutes of who knows what, I was down a pound. I was shook. I was like I said, really? A pound? I did not expect that. I didn't. I was expecting to stay the same again. I just honestly was not expecting that. So yeah. So what I wanted to say was, my goal for September was to lose 2 pounds. Well, I'm halfway there. If I can keep it up. Because as we know, stuff happens. A lot going on this week. Is it going to involve food? It's going to involve me being busy, and when I'm busy, I don't eat properly because I eat on the run, and that's never a good thing. It is not. So I'm always afraid of a week like that. So I have a lot going on. In fact, I have to tell Lori that I can't host Clam Squad on Wednesday because I've got so much going on. I can't. Again, what I always say to you, something's got to give. Something's got to give. It's always the things you don't want to give, but you have to, things that have to give. And this week is going to be Glam Squad. I'm not even going to get there today either. I have to be on the road again today. Yeah. I apologize, but I don't apologize because sometimes when life gets in the way, life gets in the way. And that's the choices that we make. And We don't need to feel bad about those choices. So I'm trying to sit there and say, I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing for anything, because that's how life is. I'm not apologizing for the fact that I don't feel like filming. I'm not apologizing for the fact that I eat sometimes not the best. You can't, because it's life, and life happens, and you can't apologize for that. So if somebody did comment, because I did say, I started saying, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, I'm not sorry. She's like, good for you. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not sorry. I wish differently. But, in this is life, and that's what happens in life. Sometimes life happens, and we gotta stop apologizing for life. Okay, so I lost a pound, shock of all shocks. So, yeah, that means I've lost over 5 pounds in the last month. So, well, I did have a gain, but technically, yeah, I've lost, I feel about it would probably be like a little over 3 pounds. So I'm excited about that. I just am. This is an interesting topic of the thing. When I looked at it, I'm going, wow, is this the top weekly technique? It's called Why Weight Training is So Good for You. And I'm going, that's their technique? I don't know if we've ever done this technique before. And it's written so differently. It's by somebody else. Kristen Dummel has written this topic. So, our girl has not, what was her name? I can't remember her name, but she's usually the one that writes them, and this is somebody different. Again, never seen this topic done. If I have, let me know if I've just not forgotten about it. But it's all interesting, and it's written so differently. So it says, why weight training is so good for you. Now, this is going to apply to some people, not everybody, because not everybody can weight train. Not everybody can, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I think maybe you'll get a little bit out of this. So it says, if you've been exercising and eating right and you're still not seeing and feeling the results you want, it might be time to spend some time lifting things up and putting them down. It can completely enhance your quality of life, says Adrian Hubner, PhD, Vice President for the American College of Sports Medicine. Exercise is medicine initiative. Strength training keeps muscles flexible, helps regulate body chemistry, and strengthens the body to help you fight off diseases and other signs of aging. Interesting. Not quite sold? Here are 6 reasons to look at strength training to help improve your health. Now I'm not going to go into each one individually because there's a lot here. We'll go over the 6 things. Keep your ticker ticking, strengthen your bones, lower your diabetes risk, support your weight loss goals, have energy and strength to love what you do, to do what you love, feeling more confident. Ready, set, fit. Convinced the health benefits of strength training, but a little nervous to start. That's normal, but why not? Try not to sweat it. Try starting with the body weight exercise such as squats, dips, and push-ups. They give you a little thing you can go check out. Everyone has been a beginner, and you're moving yourself in the right direction to a better body and mind. The key is to start off slow and listen to how your body feels as you progress in weights, as well as ensure you're doing a proper form. That is huge, because if you're doing in proper form, you have to definitely look, for a good trainer. You can find one online. You can find one on, that really, and there's people that, let's face it, everybody's got these little certificates to say they do this and they do that. Oh, I have this certification. You take a course, you get a certificate from online. I don't know how well those people are, honestly, but so just do things. If they're starting to hurt, you have to find your form before you increase intensity. So yeah, if you're not doing it correctly, you're going to hurt yourself, basically. So that, there's so much into this. I don't want to sit there and tell you to run out and join a gym. Well, that might be the better thing, honestly, because at least there at the gym, there are people there that can help you for the proper form. And there's people there, if you need help, there's somebody there. It's hard to do proper weight training at home if you don't know what you're doing. So to sit there and advertise this is a little interesting for our demographic. I just don't know if this fits into at least my demographic here on the tube. So I'm not one to sit there and say, oh my gosh, yes, this is so important. I don't know. I think it's definitely something you should seek a professional for, absolutely. And somebody in person, preferably, I feel like is so much more important than finding somebody online. I know online is what most people can get, but I feel like when you're at least for the beginning, at least get established, get a routine, get somebody in person. And you could always, venture to online. But I just feel like with some of our health issues, I just don't think doing something online like this is always the best idea. So we'll just go over a few of the things. For keep your ticker ticking, if you lift weights, your heart will thank you. Resistance training can help lower your blood pressure, according to a research review of the Journal of American Heart Association. In turn, can lower your risk of heart disease. Isometric resistance training, where the angle of your joint doesn't change, such as holding yourself to a plank position, and maybe for the most beneficial for lowering systolic blood pressure in the top number, according to a review. Oh, Lord knows, I can't lower my blood pressure any lower than that. My blood pressure is always been low, on the low side. So yeah, I don't need to worry about that, because if it gets any lower, we're gonna have to revive me, because most of my pressure is usually 116 over 70, 110 over 60s, and my blood pressure is pretty good. But strengthening your bones. According to the National Osteoporosis Foundation, approximately 10 million Americans have osteoporosis, and another 44 million have low bone density, which increases their risk for the disease. Sometimes losing a lot of weight or shedding pounds quickly can have a negative effect on bone density. Wow, that's a big statement. In older adults, Weight Watchers promotes a safe rate of weight loss up to 2 pounds per week, which should help protect bone health, especially if combined with strength training, which research has suggested can help maintain and possibly improve bone density even during weight loss. Again, seek your doctor for all that fun stuff, because, again, don't rely on anybody on YouTube to give you all that information. Seek a person with an MD after their name. I can't say that enough. You don't have to power lift for strength, stronger bones. Lifting weights for a higher number of repetitions may be just as beneficial as lifting heavier loads for bone health, according to small preliminary published. So basically they're saying if you're like plateaued a lot of times, this is something to seek out. I will, like I said, a lot of my people here are above the mature age. Right now we're at least 45 to 85 here. And I would never sit there and tell you to just do this. Go ahead, go run out, and it's so beneficial. If you're in perfect health, it's beneficial. But if you're, I don't know your health. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's good for you, because I don't know that. But I definitely think you should check with the guy with the MD after, or the lady with the MD after their name, and ask their opinion. And seek somebody at a gym who is a trainer who has years and years of experience training people in person. Lower your diabetes risk. Type 2 diabetics is a serious health condition that reaches epidemic proportions. Increase in muscle mass and stronger mitochondria, an energy center of cells, as a result of intense long-term personalized resistance training programs may positively impact insulin responsiveness and glucose control in some individuals with type 2 diabetes, according to the scientific preview. Now, again, there's all journals that say this, and there's all journals that say that. Again, it's hard to find one that just gets you in the middle, but definitely seek the person with the MD after their name. Support your weight loss goals. If you're trying to lose weight, resistance training can be a helpful addition to a healthy diet and exercise routine. The average weight training routine will only help you look and feel leaner, but it won't necessarily change numbers on the scale. That's a hard one. So you're working out and your numbers don't change, but your body's changing. As long as in my opinion, as long as you see results somewhere, I'm all right with that. This is because muscle is denser and more metabolic tissue than fat. Strength training develops muscle mass. The more muscle mass you have, the harder your body is working to burn calories at rest. Thinking of it as getting extra bang for your hard work you've done. Right, that's what people say, well, muscle weighs more than fat. People will say that. And it just says it's denser. So it might not look leaner, but because it's denser, fat is more like, do you ever see like the fat on top of chicken soup, like the gelatinous? And that's what fat is. Muscle is much more denser. It's much more harder. So basically that's when people say, well, muscle weighs more than fat, because technically it's denser. In a way it technically does, but it's just different. There's more to it than fat, basically. But that's where people say, you hear the muscle weighs more than fat. So you have the same size person who's muscular and somebody is not. They may look the same, but because their muscle is weighing more, than their fat tissue. That's why they look, the same. But if they're not, because they have muscle, which, is a whole other video, which I am not going to get into. Strength training is not only improves body composition, but it can often affect health in positive ways. It can improve other areas of your life. Maybe you're a runner and you want to get out, not get sore at the end of a race, or maybe you can play co-ed sports and want to get faster. Whatever it is, strength training will make you more resilient in the everyday demands of life. It is, and there are things that, some people have turned their obsession with food into their obsession with exercise. I don't turn to food. I just turn to, if I'm stressing, I just take a walk, or I just work out and I feel better. And and that's great. It is great. I mean, but you're still turning to something. I want to be the person who doesn't have to turn to anything. That will never happen. But it's better to turn to exercise than turn to food. Obsession is obsession, no matter what you do. So yes, it is better than eating, but it's still an obsession. And I think for me, I just want to find balance and not have to obsess about this or that. I just want to have balance in my life, and that's how I roll. But that is the topic. It's very interesting that they went with this. Like I said, it's definitely a topic I don't remember seeing before. But maybe a CPAP brain is just not functioning properly today. But yes, let me know what you think about this topic. And like I said, I'm not going to tell you to go run out and do this, because that's not a good thing to tell anybody. It's just, if you're interested in this and you want to seek more information, you definitely should, like I said, go to your doctor first, get medically cleared, ask their opinion about doing strength training. I don't know your history. I don't know, but they do. And that is the one thing I always advocate, is definitely check with your professional provider, and then let them guide you in a direction to go. They might say, hey, you should try this, you should try that. Especially they're local to your area. They know what you should, this is good. There's this place I recommend. There's this trainer I recommend. So definitely, it's always great to start with it. Remember what I always say, you're entitled to one well visit a year without deductible, without copay. So definitely you should check that out if you're in the United States. That's a benefit from Obamacare. So definitely one of those things that you definitely should, every year I go and get my physical, whether I need it or not. I tell it to the boys. I'm like, you can just go. You don't have anything. People's like, I said, you don't have to. I said, it's just a checkup. You're allowed one routine physical per year without any payments, which is kind of nice. So definitely, if you have not taken advantage of that, you should. And they said they'll get a whole mass. If you haven't had blood work in forever, you get a whole mass of blood work done. Once a year, it doesn't hurt to get all those things checked out. So that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yes, I'm down a whole pound. Now next week when I do the topic, there will not be a weigh-in. I don't think I'm going to have time to. It's just not going to happen this week. It's not. So I've come to the conclusion that it's okay. It's okay, but I have to also, Denise, just because you're not gaining weight doesn't mean you can be like, well, I'll just have, I'll go a little lean on myself this week. I'm just not going to worry about that. No, you still stay on track, because we still want to have a good result the following week. We want to have a really good result because it's 2 weeks. So I really want to see a little bit of a loss, because that's 2 weeks. So I should see a little something. But like I said, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not here, hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Dish with D, where we are tackling our poundages 1 pound at a time and doing it in a calm atmosphere of just getting it done, finding balance. I don't want to do this for that. I just want to have balance. I want to be zen-like, and that's what I strive for. You could strive for something else. We all have our individual quirks. So that is it for me. Let me know how you did in the comment section below. How was your week? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it indifferent? Because sometimes that's how weeks are. I mean, we are coming off of a holiday week from last week to getting weighed. So it could have, and like I said, sometimes we have these little bit of gains from a holiday. Doesn't mean we had a true gain. But when like I say, when you're eating things you don't normally eat, it will show on a scale, but doesn't stay there. It may show a couple of days and then it's gone. But I think when we see that, it's kind of like, ooh, but if you're eating out of the norm, and there's nothing wrong, that's why you have there's that fluctuation. They give you that 5 pound window. No, it's 2 pounds for Weight Watchers. You should have 5 pounds, honestly. That's why they have that 2-pound window, because they know any day your body could fluctuate 2 pounds, and that's totally normal. So I think it should be a 5-pound window, but that's me personally. But that is it. I will dish with you another day. Have a great rest of your week, my lovelies.